Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. By Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose. And by Texas Children's. It is a Tuesday night. We open up the first of a 6-game homestand this evening inside Daikin Park. Glad you could join us on SCHN as the Astros try to get turned around after a tough road trip. They come in with a record of 6-11 on an 8-game losing streak. The Rockies come in with a record of 6-10. They will face Colton Gordon today in his fourth start of the year, his first at the major league level. Colton pitched 5 and 5 1/3 innings in his 3 starts for the Space Cowboys. You can see his numbers at Sugar Land. Very good ERA at 1.76. He's got a whip below 1, and he had 13 strikeouts and just 4 walks. That is pretty standard protocol for Colton Gordon. He is going to be around the plate. That's what we saw last year in his first season in the big leagues. The Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Colton will work with Christian Vasquez for the first time as Vasquez gets the start today after Yainer Diaz played 3 in a row in the series in Seattle. Isaac Paredes at third. That means Carlos Correa back at short for the first time since the Astros were back here on the last homestand. Altuve and Christian on the right side of the infield, and youth is served in the outfield. It's the young outfield, all the young guns. Bryce Matthews in left, Joey Loperfido in center, and Cam Smith in right. First time those 3 have lined up together in the outfield starting this year. Bryce getting his first start in a week. He last started against the lefty Kyle Freeland in Colorado 1 week ago. So here's Tyler Freeman. Blummer mentioned it's a team that has a lot of lefty hitters. So even with Freeman at the top of the lineup as a righty hitter, they had to put 2 lefties in the lineup. Rumfield, who Blummer mentioned, and Jake McCarthy, who only has 1 at bat against the lefty all year. All their bench players are left-handed hitters. They are a very left-hand heavy team, which is one of the reasons why Colton figured to get a start here today. Freeman has, in limited at-bats, 3 hits in 7 at-bats against lefties. He sends this one to right field, playable for Cam Smith as he backs onto the warning track, and Colton has his first out on 2 pitches.
The Rockies against lefties have not been very good. It's been limited opportunities, but as a team, only 4 extra base hits. They're not slugging very much, predicated on their left-handed thumpers. They were now on the bench, so it should be interesting to see how long Colton Gordon can last in this game and keep those lefties on the bench.
Yeah, I'm with you with the limited numbers. It's kind of surprising they haven't seen more lefties as lefty dominant.
As many lefties as they have, you figured somebody'd line them up.
Astros have not had a lefty starter on the season until tonight. That one just fouled down the left field line. And Doyle has a count of 0-2.
Might need a new bat.
And you got blown up on that one, you're right. Colton Gordon getting a start today, the 27-year-old who ended up tied for 3rd in innings pitched with the Astros last year. That wasn't necessarily the plan going into the season. And this year, when Colton saw all these different pitchers being acquired in the offseason, Tatsuya Imai and Mike Burrows and Ryan Weiss and Highway Tang, he probably wondered, where's my spot in this rotation? But here he is in game number 18 rather, getting his first start of the year. Last year he did not have his first start until May the 14th when he made his big league debut. 1-2 the count to Doyle. A little bit in, 2-2.
See what that last pitch was, just off the inside corner of our UTMD Anderson strike zone. Colton's not going to light up that radar gun. He's going to stay in the low 90s. That last pitch at 93. But he's still not afraid to come to the inside. He'll throw those fastballs in and then try and throw the sweeper off it to the inside. See if he can't create soft contact.
He will generally get a lot of fly ball outs too. He's a guy who, when he faces right-hand hitters, only gets 26% of his outs with the ground ball out. That is the lowest percentage of 99 pitchers with 65 innings or more last year. Or 60 innings or more as he gets a strikeout here. Gordon picks up his first strikeout, getting Doyle for the first out.
That's a good pitch for him. We talked about the fastball sweeper mix. A lot of things coming to that right-handed hitter, but the changeup on her mattress from Supermo Shows you that the change of pace and the depth on that pitch could be a quality pitch to add to the repertoire.
Now Hunter Goodman bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Colton did face the Rockies last year in Colorado. It was a July 1st start, his 9th major league start. And he lasted 4 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits and 4 earned runs. His 1 home run allowed was hit by Hunter Goodman. As Goodman sends one high in the air to deep left field. Goodman has done it again over the Crawford boxes and off the community leaderboards. And that'll be home run number 3 on the year. His 2nd career home run for Goodman against Gordon.
That was a cutter that really didn't get to the inside edge. Kind of stayed on the plate, and Goodman makes him pay. See the cutter out of the hand on a mattress from Supermo is elevated too, and Hunter Goodman clears out that front side to get to it.
There's their celebratory jacket, the Purple Rain jacket, as this is a called strike to Willie Castro. We mentioned Colton Gordon gets a lot of fly balls. He also gives up a lot of runs because of that. 2.2 home runs per 9 last year. Gets a strike here. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and his splits are aggressive to right-handed hitters, giving up most of that damage to those right-handed hitters. 19 home runs last season to right-handed batters.
Three-pitch strikeout as he bounces back to get Willie Castro to end the inning. 2 strikeouts, but a home run puts the Rockies in front 1-0. Astros will have Jose Altuve leading things off, followed by Yordan Alvarez, and then Isaac Paredes in the first against Michael Lorenzen.
The lineup is presented by Car Shield. You've got the usual suspects throughout the lineup, and like TK said, the youth is in the outfield, but Carlos Correa right behind Isaac Paredes. He is swinging the bat well at home. His OPS here at Dyken Park this season is .811, and 7 of his 9 RBIs have come right here at home in the white uniform.
They will face Michael Lorenzen again. They saw him last Wednesday in Denver. Lorenzen pitched well in that outing as he went 5 2/3 innings and only allowed 1 run as the Rockies completed the sweep of the Astros in a 9-1 victory. Lorenzen back on the mound where he became a star for Team Italy as he delivers a strike to Jose Altuve. Lorenzen last pitched here back in March as part of the WBC and pitched the Italian team to 4 2/3 innings of shutout baseball, and they would eventually defeat the U.S. in a big upset 8-6. He's got some good vibes pitching on this mound as he gets ahead of Altuve 0-2. A pitch off the plate for the first out.
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, is going to show you the pitch arsenal in that last outing for Michael Lorenzen against the Houston Astros up in Colorado. A lot of cutters, changeups, curveballs, sinkers. He's got a lot of pitches to choose from, and he usually uses them. You see a couple of hits on the 4-seamer and 1 on that sinker. Astros looking to try and get some pitches elevated against Lorenzen and try and drive him out of Dyken Park.
Just like last year, he's got 6 different pitches that he uses between like 12 or 13% of the time and 21% of the time. So he really mixes his pitches as much as any pitcher the Astros will see.
Yeah, and it's tough to try and figure out the sequence too, because you like to go in and maybe figure out tendencies, figure out which counts you might see a particular pitch. But Lorenzen, with that many options, will mix it up from at bat to at bat. That's why I say try and see something elevated in the zone that maybe you can get a hold of.
He has shown no interest after striking out Altuve on 3 pitches and throwing a strike to Yordan.
Sensing a theme this season with Yordan.
Yordan leading the league with 16 walks and sees a strike here. It's 3-1.
Well, it's just a matter of time before Yordan starts finding some of those 3-0 counts and just says, if I get something I can handle, I'm going to try and attack it. Because just because he's at 3-1 after throwing a fastball down the middle doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get one now. Cutter.
Counts full on Yordan. Lorenzen has the pitch comm on his glove, and you'll see him occasionally go to the pitch comm to call his own pitches. But for the most part, the Rockies have their pitching coach calling pitches. As Jordan skies one into left center field, cutting across is Brenton Doyle, and he calls off Jake McCarthy at the last second. Jordan flies out to relatively deep left center for the second out. So now Isaac Paredes. Isaac has been batting third lately behind Jordan Alvarez. We'll have a special guest in the booth in the next half inning. The Astros' latest inductee into the Astros Baseball Media Wall of Fame, former Astros broadcaster for many years, and also Houston Rockets for even more years than that. Bill Worrell is going to join us in the broadcast booth next half inning. Isaac Paredes with an 0-1 count. Paredes has one lifetime hit against Lorenzen. It was a home run. Still looking for his first home run of the year, and Lorenzen quickly gets ahead 0-2. Astros starting the night with a 6-11 record. That is the worst record in Major League Baseball. That has not been said about a Houston Astros team since 2014. July 8th, the last time they had the worst record in baseball of any date since then. This ball into shallow center, being called off is the second baseman Willie Castro, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Lorenzen here in the first. It's a 1-0 Rockies lead. We'll head to the second. We'll talk to Bill Worrell when we come back. There he is, Bill Worrell, this year's Houston Baseball Media Wall of Fame honoree. He was honored before the game. There's Brownie working with Bill Worrell.
Oh, yeah.
He joins us in the broadcast booth. There's Anita Sagel with the declaration before the game. The latest in the Media Baseball Wall of Fame is Bill Worrell, and he's in the. How are you, Bill?
Good. Good to see you always, Todd. And
Great to see you.
You too, Blummer, Blummer and I have the same golf coach.
You do?
Yep.
How's it working for you guys?
Are you listening to him more than I am?
He says you listen, but you don't
I can't execute for a darn.
comprehend what he's trying to do with you.
Well, I can comprehend. He's heard me say things that I can't say on air.
Well, I hope not.
So that leads us to the first question before we talk broadcasting. How's the golf game?
Well, it's in pretty good shape. I don't hit it as far.
Okay.
I move up a tee. That's recommended.
Oh, there you go.
But
you get up and down from
get up
anywhere.
and down and do pretty good for an old guy.
Good for you.
Just rub it in, Bill. Good to see you, really, seriously.
I enjoy. I feel like I'm part of the family. I enjoy you guys. I watch every day game, every night game.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate that.
No. Y'all are so much
You got
fun.
any critiques for me?
I'm the only
You can't
guy,
critique TK.
I'm the only guy still around that worked with his dad.
How about that?
That's cool.
You worked with him.
Not with him.
Okay, but during the same era.
But Durker and I were roommates back in college, and so I would go to every game, and Harry would be, doing the games, and alongside Gene Elston, and
wow.
That was a pretty good experience.
Yeah, that's great memories.
It is.
Great memories
It's just
for sure.
great because I was laughing a minute ago when I listened to you guys yesterday in the ninth inning.
Yep.
You kind of let the game play. I heard a lot of crickets in Seattle and everything, and you just did a wonderful job.
We let the game breathe, Bill.
Yeah, there's parts that definitely need some resuscitation.
What is it, Whitey Herzog said? You're only as good as your next day's starting pitcher. And
are you loose?
Ours are all done.
60% of the staff went down to the rotation in that one road trip. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing a great job, and you just got to. I remember I think it was 2004, or maybe it was 2003. Anyway, we were 15-30.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was all over, and we ended up going one game away from the World Series.
04, unbelievable.
And then Phil took us there in 2005, and I just hate to lose my good friend.
That had to be a devastating.
That was a tough one.
Well, he's been sick for a while, and Carol, when she told us, they were putting him in hospice, we knew the time was short. But I don't know of a nicer guy
truly
who was as tough to beat in golf or in a baseball game. You just couldn't beat the guy. I mean,
really?
He was a winner. And thank heavens for us and our organization that we got to know him.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm with you on that. had plenty of years playing against him when he was managing, but then to finally get to meet him being here in Houston, and he is truly one of the greats.
Up
Yeah.
every day. wasn't
Every
he?
day.
Every day was up. I love it.
So after being in the grind for all those years, both with the Astros and the Rockets, how's retirement been?
It's been great.
Yeah.
You know, you'll know when it's time. And when they sent Harden packing, and I knew we were going to rebuild for the next 4 years.
You read the room a little bit.
I read the room. It's been 40 was a nice round number to retire on, 40 years.
Okay.
So I did 40 years with the Rockets, and then I did 20 years with the Astros.
That's
And so
amazing.
That is amazing.
That was my dream as a kid growing up, was to work for the hometown teams maybe, or stay in Houston. I love Houston, and I got to do it.
I've got to think you're one of one that did 20 big league seasons and 40 NBA seasons.
Well, it was tough, and if I didn't have Phil Boudreau, who was for you out there that don't know Phil, he's probably the greatest baseball statistician around.
I'm with you.
No, we
mean,
lean on him heavily.
And he would send me stuff when I was on the road with the Rockets. At the tail end of the season, I would study it and do the best I could. But he carried me the next month when I got back to doing the games every day. I mean, Phil, I'd always be looking to the left at Bill Brown, and then I'd be looking back at Boots.
Who should be here to celebrate?
I know, this is crazy.
I was really looking forward to seeing him, and
That'll be down for a hit.
I was so happy when he got the honor that they bestowed on me tonight, on that wall of honor. Boots got in a couple of years ago, and boy, he needed to go in way before that.
Yeah, there's a lot of us up here on this level that have relied on Boots for years.
Yeah.
Give me an idea of some of your fondest memories from sitting up here watching Astros baseball.
Oh, I don't know. I think those Randy Johnson coming here was a big move for us. I was covering the Astros down in spring training when a young kid named Jeff Bagwell came over from Boston.
Oh.
They had him at third. Bill Wood was the general manager, and Bob Watson was the general manager. I think Bill was the assistant. And during about the second week, we said it's got right down the middle there.
Yeah, base hit to right, base hit to center.
You just can't resist, can you?
It was just great to. Where was I anyway?
You're talking about being in spring training when you saw Baggy come over from Boston.
And so we just everybody suggested, and I think they were going to do it anyway, just move him from third to first base.
Yeah.
We didn't have a first baseman. And he moved over there, put on the first baseman's mitt, and he'd been playing there his whole
Natural,
life.
huh?
Oh, he was the best fielder. He was the best base runner that I've ever seen in an Astros uniform, and he was the slowest.
Jake McCarthy gets into one deep to right center field, sending both outfielders to the wall, and that's going to be played off the wall by Loperfido. McCarthy, who had one at bat against the lefty all year, hits a triple in his second AB against the lefty, and it's now a 3-0 Rockies lead. All this damage coming with 2 outs.
Well, I'll tell you what, healthy or not, in the rotation or pitching for the Astros, they have had tremendous issues in the last 10 days. It feels like against hitters 7, 8, and 9. And that's a 9-hole hitter, McCarthy, getting a hold of one and launching it off the Astros bullpen for that bases clearing triple, driving in a couple for the Rockies.
What I noticed about your games, there's another one.
Loperfido on the move, and Joey will make a sliding
play,
catch to end the inning.
Whoa.
Well, even though there was a lot going on in that inning, it seemed like it flew. We could be here for hours talking to you,
I love
Bill.
you guys. I can't wait.
Thank you, buddy.
So great seeing you again, and congrats.
You're going to make a comeback. Stick with these fellas, right?
You're the best. Bill Worrell, Media Wall of Famer. Batting bottom half of the second inning, a little work to do after the Rockies put up 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs. Carlos Correa will lead things off. Astros down 3-0. See Correa's numbers on the year. He's always hit well against Colorado lifetime. .370 hitter against the Rockies with a .994 OPS. He taps this one foul. And Lorenzen getting ahead 0-2. Michael Lorenzen's pitching for the second time on this road trip. He actually had a relief appearance since the Astros last saw him as a starter on Wednesday last week.
That's kind of interesting. You don't see that too often with starters.
Well, the Rockies were a little thin they went into San Diego, didn't have an off day after the Astros sweep, and then they needed an arm for an inning, and it was his bullpen day anyhow. So instead of throwing his bullpen, he just worked an inning in relief.
Kind of an interesting concept.
And that one's fouled away. It stays 1-2. Lorenzen's kind of one of those throwbacks anyhow, because he used to be a two-way player.
Yeah, he's definitely a hybrid. He was with Cincinnati. He'd play a little bit of outfield, give you a pinch hit back before the DH days.
That one's over his head. The second baseman, Willie Castro, will make the play on 2 hops, and Correa retired for the first out. Lorenzen has sent down the first 4 batters he has faced. Lorenzen did that last year as well, where he made a start a few days after a relief appearance. He did that when he was with the Royals. Came out of the pen on September 17th and then made a start on September 19th, and he went 7 2/3 innings in that start. So here's Christian Walker. Walker hopes to pick up where he left off with a great first homestand, hitting .320 when the Astros went 5-2 on that homestand. Overall, Christian hitting .283 and has the OPS at .901 starting play today, despite being shut down the last couple of days by Logan Gilbert and George Kirby. This one's fouled away, 1-1. Astros, despite only 3 runs scored in the last 2 games in Seattle, still scored 50 runs on that road trip over the 10-game trip. That is a solid run scoring average of 5 runs per game. Astros would have liked to have had a winning record scoring 5 runs per game on that 10-game trip, but as Joe Espada knows so well, the pitching didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, that 5 runs plus per game usually plays pretty well to your advantage. Just amazing when you've got a team that is, rushing towards 100 runs scored as an offense and rushing towards 100 runs given up as a pitching staff.
And 95 runs scored, tied for the best in baseball coming in. But the 107 runs allowed and 105 of those being earned, also the worst in all of baseball.
Yeah, the -12 run differential this season so far is kind of crazy to think about with that many runs being scored.
Yeah, lead the league in runs and you're -12. Walker with a full count here. And Christian hammers one. This is well struck deep to left, up on the train tracks. The 8 train has just left Union Station, and it's now a 3-1 game. Home run number 4 for Walker.
That was a beautiful swing from Christian. Got a hanging slider, put it up onto the train tracks, and Skywalker in flight. An early evening delight.
His first home run at home this year. He had a couple hit high off the wall in left center that for his homestand.
He picked a better spot, didn't he?
That was a much better angle as he pulled one on the train tracks as Bobby Dynamite and the train are about to roll over the baseball with the train. Here's Cam Smith going after the first pitch and foul tipping it. It's 0-1. Christian's home numbers continue to be impressive after last year was not his favorite stadium to hit in, was his home stadium. Cam going after the first 2 pitches and fouls off the changeup to get down on the count 0-2. Astros first base runner circling the bases, Christian Walker, making it a 3-1 game. Fourth home run of the year allowed by Lorenzen. And Smith goes down on strikes. Cam is a second strikeout for Lorenzen tonight.
Go back that swing for Christian Walker. UTMD Anderson strike zone shows you where that slider is, up and in. And that's just reaction right there because the foot's down on time. The hands are perfectly slotted. And he absolutely barreled that one. 422-foot shot up on the tracks.
Now Joey Loperfido with 2 outs and the base is clear. Christian, with all that time in Arizona, had played the Rockies a bunch in his career. That was his 29th career home run against Colorado. He has hit 29 home runs against the Rockies and the Dodgers, the most of any team in baseball. 1-1 is down and in, 2-1. Joey starts the night hitting .295. He's hitting .316 against righties on the year. And he's had an even count of 2 apiece as he fouls one at the plate. That ball hit pretty well towards left center. It's slicing, and it gets by the left fielder McCarthy into the wall. Joey Loperfido into second base. That's his 5th double of the year. He's a 2-out base runner.
Got some good hands. Like I said, pitch down and kind of recognized throughout the at-bat with some of the soft stuff down that Lorenzen might try and get him up top, but he keeps the hands high and drives through that baseball. You can see those hands just being pulled across the chest, allow him to hit that ball hard into left center field. Good swing.
So now Bryce Matthews, the batter. We mentioned Bryce hasn't started for the Astros in a week, but he did get a couple of at-bats against Lorenzen in the game last Wednesday, even though his last start came on Tuesday. If you remember, Jake Myers was injured in his first at-bat of the game. Matthews inherited a 2-strike count, picked up a base hit against Lorenzen into left field. Ended up 1 for 2 against Michael that day. Bryce knocking in the only run of the game against Lorenzen last week. Here's a little pop-up, and it's caught by the first baseman Rumfield at the very top of the webbing of his glove. That would have been trouble had it dropped. Instead, it's the final out of the inning.
Astros did pick up a run. It came off the bat of Christian Walker laying into this one. Astros on the board.
(3-1) as we head to the 3rd inning. We have the Vice President of Marketing, Jason Wooden, joining us in the booth as we do at the beginning of all the homestands. How are you,
sir? I'm doing good.
Lumber's got all the items.
Yeah, he's got everything on. He's ready to go.
Carlos Correa, City
Carlos
Connect.
Correa on the back.
Let's go.
I'm ready for a day at the
Replica
beach.
jersey. Got
And
his ice cream
is that a
hat.
giveaway or that's his hat?
Well, it's actually, I think you may have stolen it, but it is actually a giveaway.
I have a tendency to do that.
A lot going on here in this 6-game homestand, huh?
Absolutely. 6-game homestand. Quick one here, but we have a ton for the fans. Obviously, got the Rockies in. Hopefully, be able to kind of have a little retribution against them.
Yeah.
A little bit these 3 games, but start with Dollar Dogs, and that's going to be every single Tuesday. And you know, if you're a fan of coming here, grabbing yourself a dog, what's a better day than a Tuesday during the season? And then tomorrow, Jackie Robinson Day.
Yep.
So fantastic day. All of our players, 42 on the back. A great day to honor such a great player that left a massive legacy here. But everything, pregame ceremonies are all going to be dedicated to Jackie, whether it's our Astros Youth Academy player that's going to be throwing out the first pitch. And then we have J.C. Hartman, our own J.C. Hartman, first African-American Astros player, helping us with play ball. So
that's awesome.
Jackie Robinson Day, great day.
That'll be
So
tomorrow.
having J.C. Hartman now was always great. I mean, a true legacy of the Astros organization. And 50-50 raffle is usually a fun time at the ballpark to participate in, but a little bit different story on Jackie Robinson Day, too.
Absolutely. We're going to be dedicating 50-50 raffle on that day. Part of it will go to a fan, obviously, and then the other half will go to Jackie Robinson Scholarship Foundation.
Hey, if I'm doing my math right, you guys are giving away tickets basically for free on the ballpark bundle package. Because seriously,
Quite for free, but
it's $19.
$19
For hot dog, popcorn, soda. That seems like close to 19 anyhow.
Yeah.
19 anyhow.
Yeah,
and you get a ticket.
100%. Your ticket, the hot dog, popcorn, soda, $19, all during the Colorado series. So if there's a time for you to go and get away and you want to get to the ballpark, $19, come out here. Yeah, ball game,
Entertainment,
a full
food.
meal.
Yeah, that is incredible. It's normally a $29 ballpark bundle, but for this series only, it's a $19 special.
$19, under 20 bucks, able to get in here.
I love that. And you get fed, and you get a soda.
Did we discuss when you're giving away my new hat or my new jersey?
No, but we will.
Yeah. When it went, yeah. When it went, so the Carlos Correa jersey comes up first, correct? Because we have St. Louis after we get done with Colorado.
We got a St. Louis series this weekend. Friday, obviously Friday fireworks. Cool day for us that day. But we are giving away 10,000 of the Correa replica Space City jerseys for us. They're the City Connect jerseys, our new design. If you remember, Correa wore this for the very first time. He was the first time ever wearing a City Connect with the Astros last year after the trade. So get your own. If you haven't got it yet out of the retail team store, come out on Friday, get your own replica jersey.
You can always get another Correa shirt, Correa jersey. You always need one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on Friday.
Okay, keep going on Friday.
No, Friday, it's Faith and Family.
Oh, yeah.
So we do have Faith and Family. We've changed it up a little bit this year. We still do have testimonials following the game that day. It will be right before Forks. But we've kind of altered the post-game concert a little bit this year. What we're going to do, post-game testimonials from players and coaches, and then everybody will be able to enjoy the fireworks to Christian-based music. So a really cool night for everybody out here on Friday just to kind of enjoy themselves.
And then we have Saturday.
Yes, Blumer, we do.
The ice cream hat. What's the genesis of the ice cream bucket hat here?
Oh, I mean, I think everybody is, hopefully, has seen kind of that design, that drippy ice cream design that's out there.
You.
Yeah, you know, I
You're
keep up
with
with
it.
the lingo. But we do ice cream bucket hat. So if you want to be the envy of all your friends, you know, this summer, Saturday, get yourself an ice cream bucket hat. You'd be looking just like Blumer.
Yeah, keeping cool in your ice cream hat.
There you go. So that's big. That's the weekend against the Cardinals, the old NL Central rivals. And while we have something specific to the Rockies, the ballpark bundle package, there's a ticket package offer for the Cardinals series. It's kind of cool too, right? A family weekend offering.
It is family weekend. I mean, obviously we want everybody to come out, enjoy the time with the family. You were able to get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks, all for a packaged price. Be able to have, we do have prices in the uppers and the lowers, depending on where you want to go, but be able to get that packaged bundle. And if you want to, go to astros.com/tickets and check out the family weekend offering.
Also forgot to point out, Friday night's usually a big night at the ballpark at home. Open the roof, fireworks maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have fireworks, big time. Happy hour in the, you know, during the, get here early, stay late. Happy hour before the game, fireworks after the game. Fridays are always
Did you just
fun.
offer me happy hour before the game?
You are more than welcome to have happy hour before the game.
I got clearance. I'm in.
How about 5 strikeouts for Colton Gordon, getting back-to-back Ks here of Hunter Goodman and Willie Castro after an initial hit in the 3rd inning. So now TJ Rumfield, the batter, lefty on lefty. Runner on 1st and 2 outs. So Buddy's membership still always a very popular club for Astros young fans to join.
Largest youth club in Major League Baseball.
Runner on the go, and a Christian Vasquez throw not quite in time. Correa's convinced that he's out. Astros may want to look at this. Carlos started running towards the dugout. Not sure if he was trying to sell the call or if he really feels like he got him out or not. They're going to challenge this. So
We've seen
Tommy
this a couple of
Kawamura in the
times,
background saying, let's challenge. Yeah, Blummer, you can catch him on the leg here.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. There we go.
All right, you got about
Well, depending on who's in New York, you better get your stuff in.
You got about 15 seconds for them to get this challenge. What are we saying about Buddy's membership?
Buddy's membership, obviously, huge thing for the youth this year. Still the same every year. We're going to be updating the package. You guys see it on the screen right there. $45.
All right, we're going to hear from New York in just a little while. The entire Astros team is running off the field, so we're going to say goodbye at this point. Jason Wooden,
fine, you guys.
as always, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
Nice
very
work.
much.
Well done. Yeah.
Plummer's still got the bucket hat on. We've got a review in New York. As soon as New
I'm
York.
wearing it to happy hour. Are you kidding me?
Here we go. Crew chief is Jordan Baker. He'll have the announcement that this is overturned. Good work by Christian Vasquez throwing out another base runner. Game stays at 3-1 Rockies.
Great news, Astros fans. SCHN Plus, the new streaming app for Space City Home Network, is now on Google TV. Watching your favorite team has never been easier. Head to SCHNplus.com to subscribe and download on supported platforms, now including Google TV.
Well, Christian Vasquez, who continues to throw out base runners, leading off for the Astros here in the third. Vasquez not only having a good start to his season defensively, but he's also off to a hot start with a bat. You can see his numbers. Has that OPS at 984 starting the day with 8 RBIs in just 7 games played. He takes the first pitch for a ball. The second one called a strike. It's 1-1. Christian celebrated career game number 1,000 on Friday when he played the first game of that 4-game series against Seattle. Both he and Christian Walker playing in their 1,000th game on the same day. One foul back. It's 2-2. Last year, Gordon did not work with Vasquez, obviously, because Christian was finishing up his 3 years in Minnesota. So tonight's the first time Vasquez has worked with the lefty Colton Gordon. And he helped out his lefty by throwing out his 4th base runner of the season to end the top half of this inning. This one sliced the other way and out of play. So even in limited playing time this year, Vasquez is now in the top 5 of catchers and throwing out base runners on the season. And he adds another base hit, this one down the left field line. Vasquez has 5 extra base hits this season of his 9 hits. That's his 4th double. He's a leadoff base runner in the 3rd.
We talked about the limited opportunities. He's doing a great job in maximizing those opportunities behind the plate by throwing base runners out. He's racking up the doubles, but he's also racking up some RBIs. And hey, check it out. Our 9-hitter can get hits too.
So Vasquez 4 doubles, a home run of his 9 hits. And now Jose Altuve. Altuve pops one up on the infield and nobody makes the play. Willie Castro tried to backhand it and he dropped it. We'll see how that's ruled, but either way, Altuve reaches on a little flare on the infield.
Wonder if how did the shortstop not get here is what I want to know. He broke back. That's why Willie Castro left to come in and try and clean it up, because Tovar actually took a step backwards. I'll give him the knock.
You're going to call that an error on Willie Castro, and now Yordan Alvarez bats, and that'll be a balk called on Lorenzen. That'll advance each base runner 90 feet. Lorenzen chatting it up with John Bacon, the second base umpire. He disagrees with that balk call.
I was too busy marveling at the fact that Willie Castro got in front of that pop-up. missed the balk.
Warren Schaefer out to have a word about why that was a balk. See if we can see it here on review. He wanted to go
movement on the feet.
Yeah, he wanted to go through the signs again, and may have disengaged.
Well, I think he came set with the hands and then separated the hands again while on the pitching rubber.
So now 2 in scoring position for Yordan Alvarez. Base hit here could tie the game. Yordan tied for second in the league with 14 RBIs. Flied out to center his first time up. And hammers this. Fair ball will be tied at 3. Yordan Alvarez, RBIs 15 and 16. Altuve crosses the plate. It's a 3-3 game.
Big man coming through again. Didn't waste any time. And this is an excellent example of a hitter going to school from the previous at-bat. Saw a lot of cutters in that first at-bat. And guess what this first pitch was? A cutter down. Yordan might have been anticipating that. If that ball is in a different spot, it might be elevated and out of here in a hurry. But instead, with it being low, he just rakes it into right field. 114.2 off the bat.
So Yordan has tied this game up, and now Isaac Paredes watches one in the dirt. Yordan led Major League Baseball in total bases coming in, and now he's got 2 more total bases with that double and his 11th extra base hit this year. Now Paredes, who flied out to center field. Just huge for this team to get these runs back, because when you come off a losing streak like the Astros have been suffering through in the last 8 games, you're feeling, when are things going to get turned? And you get down early. To just be able to answer that quickly is just huge for your team's confidence.
It is huge, and I want to give a little bit of credit to the Astros offense too, because a lot of these games you're seeing the opposing team score early, and the initial reaction is, oh man, here we go again, and kind of feeling bad for yourself. How are we going to dig out of this hole? But these guys are showing some resiliency, putting together some good at-bats, and the big hits are starting to come.
Isaac down in the count here, 1-2. Astros have 4 hits tonight. They've all been extra base hits, a home run and 3 doubles. Paredes stays alive at 1-2. One bounces in there. It's 2-2. The Astros already have done better against Lorenzen in this start than they did last time around. Never easy to face a team in back-to-back outings, but Lorenzen gave up 1 run in 5 2/3 in Denver. Now he's given up 3 here in the first 2 innings plus. Isaac keeps battling here with a count of 2-2.
Good at bat by Isaac. Pitch count starting to elevate. 50 pitches in this game. He's thrown at least 7 pitches 5 times.
Paredes draws a walk, would not leave the zone there. First and second, still nobody out. Here's Julia.
What's on tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. Rose Correa comes up here, who's been very good against Colorado. In fact, in 29 career games, hitting .370. That's a good OPS. Second highest for an active player. 10 doubles, 3 home runs, so a lot of extra base hits in there. Wasn't even able to play that full series in Colorado due to an illness, but also so passionate. As we have a second here, guys, his comments after yesterday's game kind of said it all. Didn't want to use any injuries to attach to what the team has been doing or to the failures. He said what he needed to say to get this team fired up. They knew they were going to have a good day today, come out strong, and it all kind of started with Correa's comments.
Hey, Carlos did not want to use that as a crutch. Astros losing 8 in a row, putting 5 guys on the IL, and Correa said we just have to play better. Here he is in a spot in a 3-3 game, taking a called strike on the curveball. It's 0-1.
I love hearing players talk like that, especially the caliber of Carlos Correa. He could just sit back and collect his numbers, but instead he wants his team to go out there and play well. So he stepped up and said something. You don't always need your manager or coaches to step up, say something.
Nice play by Rumfield. They get the out at second. Correa able to beat the relay throw as Lorenzen was covering. Oh, sharply hit by Carlos. They get 1 out of it. And now runners on first and third with 1 away.
Would have been nice to see that one sneak past Rumfield, but he made a very good play on this, playing off the line, able to scoop it and at least get that lead out. Good hustle by Carlos, getting through the bag. That ball was hit hard. He had to be breaking right out of the chute. Extend this inning. Give Christian a chance with a runner at third base, less than 2 outs.
Here is Christian Walker off that home run that he hit on the train tracks his last time up. Now first and third with 1 away. And he taps one slowly to third. They won't be able to turn 2. They're going to try to get the out at home. And Jordan is safe. He doesn't even slide. He just runs through the bag. And he scores on the fielder's choice. And the Astros have their first lead of the game.
That was stealth. Wonder if Goodman was anticipating contact. Carroll's coming home. Has the ball in plenty of time, but by the time he swipes, Jordan sneaks that left foot onto the plate. So not sliding actually benefited him. Run through the bag.
There you go. The RBI for Christian Walker. The run scored by Jordan Alvarez. And now the Astros have their first lead with a 3-run inning. Now Cam Smith watches one wide. Third baseman Kyle Carros figured there's no chance they have to turn 2. He was going to try to get the runner coming home.
To Jordan's credit, too, he broke as soon as he saw that ball on the ground.
Yeah, one of the things I watch a lot with Jordan that I love is his secondary leads. He's one of the smartest base runners in baseball. Never gets credit for that.
Yeah, Bill Worrell talking about Jeff Bagwell being the best base runner. He's base runner and slowest base runner he's seen at the same time. But how you compensate for that is getting great secondary leads, picking a good path as you're turning the bases, but getting good jumps. Even Jordan's impressed.
1-1 to Cam Smith. And Cam takes a pitch on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Cam struck out swinging his first time up.
See the throw from Carros kind of pulling Goodman to the inside of the diamond to allow Alvarez to sneak through there.
Rob Drake with the save call, the home plate umpire tonight. There's a base hit to right. Correa is going to be waved around. Here comes a throw by Beck. It's going to go to second. And Astros now lead 5-3 on the RBI single by Cam Smith.
Beck out there in right field, not even offering to try and throw Carlos out at home plate on this rocket to right field. Good swing again by Cam Smith. In an RBI situation, hitting a BB to right field, but Beck sitting back. Kind of fooled everybody by throwing it back into the diamond right there.
Yeah, they almost caught Christian Walker off the bag at second because I think everybody was anticipating a throw home.
Castro off guard.
Because that was a hard hit base hit. And Correa
Yes.
runs well enough, but there probably would have been a play at the plate had Beck decided to throw home. Now a message from Buick GMC. A Sloan Leishman, the pitching coach, having a word with Lorenzen as the Astros will send at least 8 men to the plate in this inning. Still just 1 out. And runners on first and second for Joey Loperfido.
Yeah, Beck didn't really come aggressively at that line drive. I know it was hit hard, but he just sat back on it.
Joey doubled into left center field his first time up. And doesn't go out to the first pitch as a strike of the knees, 0-1. Astros tying the game on a 2 RBI double by Yordan Alvarez, taking the lead on a fielder's choice by Christian Walker, and adding to the lead on an RBI single by Cam Smith. Rockies have their bullpen going for the first time. Sensatella had a save against the Astros in Colorado. Counts now 2-1. Lorenzen trying to get Joey to put one on the ground here, keeping everything down.
And remember, Joey got that double on a pitch up in the zone late in the count.
Joey does hit a lot of ground balls, 71% ground ball rate, which is the second in baseball right now. And he puts this one on the ground. It's going to get by Castro and into right field. In comes Christian Walker. Cam Smith the third. Astros continue with this big inning. It's now 6-3. A 5-run third inning.
Good job by Joey. Got a hanging changeup that he was able to hook. He hits it hard enough and creates kind of an in-between hop for Willie Castro, who didn't know whether or not to get in front of it and try and knock it down or try and make that double play for his pitcher, but kind of side saddles it and doesn't make the adjustment to the hop. Ends up being an RBI base hit.
So now Bryce Matthews taking a called strike. They have 3 errors on the board this inning for the Rockies. I'm trying to figure them all out.
Would it be Beck's throw, mate?
They're going to call that last one an error
okay.
on Willie Castro. So that'll be his second error of the inning. Where's the third error?
The only thing I think of was a throwing. I'm not sure. I only got 2 on MLB StatCast.
Bryce goes down on strikes here. That'll be just the second out for Lorenzen. That's a tough one on Castro, kind of a short hop. A lot of times you see that play called a hit.
Tweener, yeah. I'm with you.
Third strikeout for Lorenzen, and now Christian Vasquez, who started this inning, will bat for a second time. And he'll take a strike. It's 0-1. Astros getting to Michael Lorenzen after he had shut them down in Denver last week. Christian would like to have that swing decision back as he shakes his head. It's 0-2.
Yeah, veteran knew it.
Remember, the Astros in the first 2 games of the season scored a total of 2 runs. But then during their 5-game winning streak at home, they went crazy. Scoring 43 runs in the 5-game winning streak, averaging over 8 runs per game. Another big offensive effort in the first game back in this homestand. That's up. It's 1-2. And this inning continues for Lorenzen. He has, coming into this inning, thrown 35 pitches, and he has thrown another 35 in this inning. Antonio Senzatella continues to warm up for the Rockies. On the ground towards the hole. That'll be into left field for another RBI. Christian Vasquez has 2 hits in the inning. It's now a 7-3 Astros lead.
Guess you could say the Astros like hitting at home. They just keep piling on like TK was talking about. And Christian Vasquez out of that 9 spot continues to rake. He also continues to drive in runs.
Yes. 8 games played for Christian and 9 runs batted in and just 25 at bats. That'll be the end of the day for Michael Lorenzen. We'll have a pitching change here, a 6-run inning, and we'll continue with more when we come back in the bottom of the 3rd.
Back here at Dyken Park, the Astros offense exploding here in the 3rd inning. As it stands, 2 outs. Loperfido on second base. Christian Vasquez with his 2nd hit of the inning on first base. And you've got Jose Altuve coming to the plate to face a new pitcher in Antonio Senzatella. 9 innings of shutout baseball so far this season for the ex-starter. He can give you length out of that Rockies bullpen. 12 strikeouts to 3 walks on the season. He threw a beautiful 2 2/3 innings against the Astros in Colorado, striking out 3.
Altuve goes after the first pitch and fouls it down the left field line. That was the first big league save for Antonio Senzatella, as he picked up the save in the middle game of that 3-game series against the Astros. Altuve, reaching on an error in this inning, scored a run. The Astros have scored 6 runs here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. 1st and 2nd and 2 outs. Pitch up and in, 1-1. Most runs in an inning this year for the Astros was 8 against the Angels. That was on March the 28th in Game 3 of that series. First game the Astros won this year and started out that 5-game winning streak.
A tale of 2 starts for Michael Lorenzen. Pitched great, not so great here at sea level.
Senzatella in front 1-2, and he gets Altuve on strikes to end the inning. But a big inning for the Astros, a half-dozen runs scored.
Big 3rd inning is going to put some smiles on some of these hitters' faces. Applauds all the way around as the Astros take the 7-3 lead.
Welcome everybody back. I have your dugout report presented by Jack in the Box. The Astros had a tough road trip for a lot of reasons, Hunter Brown being one of them. Going home early, they lost their ace early on that road trip. He left after feeling something 2 days after his start against the Red Sox. He has a grade 2 shoulder strain. When he came back to Houston, that was the diagnosis. He said the muscular. He spoke with us today. He's in stage 1 of the recovery now. He's just trying to keep his body in shape, do all he can there with treatment. He said he feels like his body's getting an oil change right now, maybe needing some new brake pads. He's just got to get it all right now before they start to do more imaging, and then when it's time to pick up a baseball, he will be ready for that next step. TK, he's obviously bummed to be unable to help the team, especially during that road trip. He said really hard to watch it play out the way that it did.
The first time for Hunter having to deal with the injured list. He has been the model of health and taking the ball every 5 or 6 days for the Astros since he has joined them. But hopefully we'll see him here in the not too distant future, as he and Christian Javier both have similar type injuries.
Of course the diesel needs, change the oil.
How good are the hands of Isaac Paredes? He makes that look easy.
He's really good, because sometimes you get some in-between hops like you just got. Your feet may not be in the position you want them to be in. So you've got to be able to compensate for that by having good hands, and he does a great job of anticipating the hop and does make it look easy.
Sorry to not let that choke breathe. That was a good one.
Guy runs on diesel, getting an oil change. Thank you.
Here's Ezekiel Tovar, 1 out and nobody on. Up the middle, but Altuve is there, and Jose will make the throw to get Tovar. So Colton Gordon continues to throw strikes, 2 quick outs. Hey, how about this guy throwing a bullpen and then throwing a live BP today?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch him on the bump right in the middle of the Dyken Park. Here you see it facing Taylor Trammell and facing Bryce Matthews, but getting some live action for Josh Hader is very promising for the Astros.
Hader met with the media after that outing and was very encouraged with that live BP session. Here's Jordan Beck, who singled and scored. Julie, what else do you have on Josh?
Yeah, that live BP session, 20 or so pitches on the mound, and he had 15 more in the bullpen. So that's where he was today. He said he felt great. Velo was 91, 93, which is where it needed to be today, facing hitters for the first time. So that will just continue to get better as he builds up. But he loved the command he has, especially on the slider. He will throw a bullpen, another live BP. They'll start putting together a plan for him as he gets closer.
This one hit pretty well to right, sending Cam Smith back. He'll jump, but it's a few rows deep. That'll be a home run for Jordan Beck, who is 2 for 2 with a couple of runs scored as he knocks one over the wall and right to make it a 7-4 game. Second home run allowed by Colton.
Two-out home run. That's the pitch to do it on. Jordan Beck got it. Not enough of it.
Beck's first home run of the year. Came into this game just 3 for 30, but he's 2 for 2 today. That's what Blummer is that 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup.
I don't like these guys. I know I used to be one of them, but man, they've been tearing our pitching staff apart.
They're 4 for 4 today with 3 runs scored.
That's the number that hurts too, the 26 walks.
Well, that's the thing about Colton, and we saw it yesterday with Mike Burrows, is if you're a Rockies hitter, you're going to earn your way on tonight.
Yep, that is very true. If you're a Rocky hitter, you're digging in, anticipating seeing a pitch in the zone, no matter what the count is. 0 strikes, 2 strikes, you're going to see some pitches around the zone.
And I know Burrows was not happy with his line last night, 6 innings and 6 runs, but he gave up 11 hits. And he didn't walk anybody. Or he walked 1. His last inning, he walked 1.
Inning.
But I'd rather see 11 hits and 1 walk than 6 hits and 6 walks.
Well, and how many innings did he pitch?
6.
And you love that. I mean, he had to go out there and grind and show a little bit of that warrior, having to fight through, giving up those 11 hits. But at the same time, you know, giving your offense, giving your defense an opportunity maybe to make some plays. A lot of broken bat hits and soft hits in that game last night against Seattle. But I give him a lot of credit for fighting through and giving the Astros 6. Really protected their bullpen coming into this homestand.
Gordon tried to get the chase on a pitch low, and now it's 3-2 to Karros. Karros is a guy who drew a lot of walks against the Astros in Denver. That's because he was hitting the 9 spot at the time. Now he's in the 8 spot. He fouls one away. Kyle Karros singled and scored his first time up. Rockies came into Houston after their game in San Diego on Sunday and had the off day here yesterday while the Astros were playing the Mariners in Seattle. That'll be a punch shot into right field for a base hit. So a lot of 2-out base hits for Colorado in this game. They have 7 hits overall, and 6 of them have come with 2 outs. I'll draw a visit from Josh Miller here with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
It's almost an identical inning to that 2nd inning where he got 2 quick outs to give up hits to the 7, 8, 9.
Now, a word from Taqueria Hernandez.
I'm Jeremy Pena of the Houston Astros, and my favorite food is at Taqueria Hernandez.
Josh saying we would like to get the 7, 8, 9 guys out at some point today. Colton so far 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. He has not walked anybody. He has struck out 5 today. Last year, Colton did a nice job with the strikeout to walk ratio. 72 strikeouts to only 19 walks in his rookie season. Now Jake McCarthy, I mentioned it his first time up, he hasn't faced many lefties all year, just one at bat, and it was a strikeout. But then he hit one to the base of the wall in right center field for a 2 RBI triple his first time up tonight. Takes that pitch for a strike, and Colton gets ahead 0-2. Astros have their bullpen going. AJ Blue Ball beginning to loosen up. "63 pitches tonight for Colton, only 17 out of the zone, 46 strikes.
That's aggressive.
His pitch counts in the minor leagues this year were 77, 75, and 89 in his 3 starts. Ground ball slowly hit. Paredes will have a tough play and no throw. Little ground ball hit for Jake McCarthy, who is now 2 for 2 facing a lefty tonight. And the Rockies 7, 8, 9 hitters have done it again. They have hit in all 3 at bats in the 4th inning, just like they did in the 2nd inning. They're now 6 for 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's incredible. Isak playing well off that line, and with a couple of strikes playing back, just nubbed off the end of the bat.
4, 5, and 6 hitters are combined 0 for 6 tonight. 7, 8, 9 hitters are 6 for 6.
It's the best part of the lineup, Todd.
Now Tyler Freeman, who's flied out a couple of times. He takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Got in on him and gets the foul ball, and now Colton gets ahead 0-2. All of Colton's strikeouts today, all 5 of them have been against right-hand hitters. Oh, he hit him. 0-2 pitch hits Freeman to load up the bases. And that is not what Colton was looking for there, ahead of the count.
No, especially for a guy that controls the zone like he does.
So now Vasquez out to chat with Gordon. You wonder if this is a stall tactic, if Joe Espada is thinking about going to blue ball here. It's a 3-run game with 3 on. Brenton Doyle has struck out and singled in his 2 at-bats against Colton Gordon, and it is a stall tactic because here comes Joe from his bench seat up the stairs, and he will make a pitching change. So the bases are loaded in a 3-run game. When we come back, AJ Blue Ball will be in for the Astros. Time to take a look at tonight's Chevy Stropole. The Astros have had to revamp their rotation with the injuries that they have suffered recently. Of the Astros starting pitching depth, which pitcher are you most confident in stepping in and excelling this season? A. Jason Alexander, B. Spencer Arrighetti. We'll see Spencer at some point in this series. Or C. The guy on the mound now, AJ Blue Ball. Send your votes to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag Stropole.
AJ coming in to make his 7th appearance. First 6 games a little rough, and one of those was the last time he faced these Colorado Rockies. If you remember, he came in with the injury to Christian Javier, got loose on the field, and really seemed to kind of exhaust himself in trying to get ready for that inning. Threw about 30, 35 pitches to warm up, and then threw another, what felt like 40 more pitches in that inning. And the Colorado Rockies put on 5 earned runs on blue ball. Hopefully a different situation here.
Inning for Brenton Doyle. Warren Schaefer, the manager of the Rockies, suggesting this is a big enough spot to use a pinch hitter in the 4th inning. Moniak has been amazing for the Rockies so far this season, as he leads the team in home runs and RBIs despite being out for the first road trip of the year. He pops this one up. Correa and Paredes converge. It'll be Carlos Correa who takes charge, and the Rockies will strand the bases loaded. AJ Blueball gets the job done to keep this a 7-4 Astros lead.
Presented by HEB, Yordan Alvarez in Dyken Park is a threat. At home this season, you can see the numbers, 10 for 24 coming into this game. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, 8 runs scored. He's been on base at a 56% clip. Absolutely destroying baseballs and making Dyken Park a small ballpark with his power.
Yordan takes a first pitch at the knees for a called strike. Yordan facing Antonio Senzatella, who is beginning the 4th inning after getting Altuve to strike out to end the 3rd. On the ground, and that'll be a fair ball, gloved by TJ Rumfield. He'll get to the bag ahead of the Astros DH for the first out here in the 4th. The Astros scoring 7 runs, including a 6-run 3rd inning where they sent 11 men to the plate. If they score 8 runs or more today, that'll be 5 of their last 6 games at home with 8 or more runs. And in that game where they didn't score 8, they scored 6. So they've been piling up the runs here at Dyken Park, especially trying to win their 6th consecutive game at home, which sounds odd because they're in the middle of one of their worst losing streak in years at an 8-game overall losing streak. Isaac Paredes fouls one back. It's 0-2.
I just wish it was a little bit harder to explain and say they've lost some tough games. There was a bad hop there, or just a good swing and a walk-off or something like that. But it hasn't been that. It's been excruciatingly obvious. The offense is trying to cover it up for the most part, but that's some heavy lifting.
And the Astros, when they were swept by the Rockies, got outscored 23-9. And their pitching numbers are across the board the worst in baseball coming into tonight. Paredes with a 1-2 count, hits it hard, and a backhand play by Karros on the short hop. He shows the hands that Paredes often shows off, as Isaac is retired on a smash to 3rd.
It was a good play. Some top spin on this with that big uppercut from Isaac. Yeah, you just try and plant your feet, hold your position, and guess right on that hop. And Karros did a great job at that. It's one thing to make that catch, then you got to make that long throw, and he did.
Now Carlos Correa with a ground out and a fielder's choice. He has scored a run. Another ball on the ground for Carlos. This will be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Senzatella, who retires the 2-3-4 hitters in order. We head to the 5th. Astros lead 7-4. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Whataburger, your favorite burger made hot and fresh just the way you like it. And by Gallery Furniture. Buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers free tonight. Beautiful night in downtown Houston, Texas. Good to be home after the Astros were on the road for nearly 2 weeks. Hunter Goodman will lead things off against AJ Blueball here in the 5th inning. Goodman got the scoring started for the Rockies with a home run in the 1st inning against Colton Gordon. It was 3-0 Rockies after an inning and a half. The Astros scored 7 unanswered before the Rockies got one back last inning on a home run by Jordan Beck. This ball hit deep to left center field. Goodman may have done it again, all the way back and into the walkway near the home run pump. That is a shot by Goodman, his 2nd home run of the game and his 4th. of the season. Goodman, who led the team with 31 home runs last year and was an all-star, having a big night tonight.
Making an all-star push in one game. Curveball that pretty much stayed center cut. Goodman did a good job of staying back on it and then throwing the barrel at it. 396-foot home run.
Willie Castro taking one up high for a ball. Third home run of the game for the Rockies. Nothing new for the Astros to play high-scoring games. They have been averaging nearly 12 runs combined on the season like they have today.
I got you, TK. I know. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Take the over.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss.
Did you say that coat wasn't wearing Barney?
They call it the Purple Rain.
Oh.
The faux fur. It could be a Barney.
Purple pain right now is what it is.
Somebody's packing that on the road trips. Ball on the left, sending Bryce Matthews back, still moving back, and he has room on the warning track to put it away for the first out. Well, we were talking about the combined 11.88, and it'll go up slightly today.
You know the two teams that have the highest ERAs in the league? Stay with me.
You're good. I don't think I've seen the double arrow before.
I'm working hard first day of the homestand, TK.
Man,
Get my toys back.
You did not even go back home last night. You came straight to the booth.
Straight here to practice.
We got here at midnight.
Yep. I had Sam Nash. He turned on the video equipment.
Yeah.
And I started pushing things and found out I had some more options on there.
Let's go.
I'm using them.
It's a whole new world. TJ Rumfield the batter with a 0-1 count. Yeah, the funny thing about those two teams averaging 12 plus and almost 12 runs a game is in spring training, and I get you can never tell spring training numbers, but in spring training by far the worst offenses and the best pitching staffs were the Nationals and Astros, who share the same complex.
That is a crazy good point.
There was never runs scored.
That is amazing. How about that?
Yeah, in those games down at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches.
Huh.
But here we are, new dimensions, new stadiums, and lots of runs in the Nationals and Astros games. 1-2 the count to TJ Rumfield, who's 0 for 2 today. Rumfield got off to a really blistering start for the Rockies. He was their best hitter over their first 10 games plus, but on this road trip he has hit his first little struggle. He is 2 for 16 so far on the trip. A rookie who is coming in hitting .308 on the season, but he hammers this one high and deep to right field. It's going to be hard to tell if it's a fair ball because it's over the foul pole and it's ruled a foul ball, says first base umpire Stu Sherwater. He hit that one over the foul pole for a loud strike.
He just blasted 96 up and in, and that's something that TJ Rumfield does very well, is hit the fastball. He got jammed on the previous pitch at 97. This one at 96. He got quick on.
Imagine his dad Toby might be in attendance tonight. His dad's a high school baseball coach in Texas, was at Denton, now at Northside. So TJ comes from a baseball family. His father a former minor leaguer before he got into coaching.
Yeah, maybe a quick chip down I-45.
2-2 the count. AJ Blueball delivers wide, and it's 3-2. That's down and in, and Blueball frustrated with himself as he allows a walk with one away here in the 5th. More Houston Astros baseball tomorrow night as they'll take on the Colorado Rockies again. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with the Astros pregame show presented by Toyota. SCHN is your home for the Houston Astros. We don't know who's pitching for either team tomorrow. We know who's pitching for the Rockies on Wednesday night. It's going to be another right-hander, Tomoyuki Sugano. And we imagine that Spencer Arrighetti will get a start either tomorrow or Wednesday, to be determined. Joe said he would pitch one of the next 2 days. Spencer did go right behind Colton Gordon last week in the Sugarland Space Cowboys schedule, so he would be pitching on the same number of days rest if he goes tomorrow as Colton did today, which would be 5. Tovar swings through that slider. It's 0-2. Ezekiel Tovar, a very aggressive hitter, and A.J. Bluebaugh trying to take
It's good
advantage.
to see A.J. taking advantage of that aggressiveness. A couple of sweepers to get ahead 0-2. Now you got to make sure you put them away.
Nobody in baseball swings more often than Ezekiel Tovar. He'll make Yainer Diaz look like a passive hitter. 63.5% and 47.8% chase. So this 0-2 pitch shouldn't be anywhere close, and it's not. Tovar goes after that slider. So Bluebaugh picks up his first strikeout, and that's the second out of the inning.
Basically 3 sweepers in the same spot away from Tovar. So good use of 3 pitches.
So now it's the part of the order. 7, 8, 9. A.J. Bluebaugh trying to do something Colton Gordon could not, and that is retire a hitter in the 7, 8, 9 spots in the order. They are 6 for 6 today. Beck, who hit a home run his last time up, tried to bunt his way on here, and he bunted through it. It's 0-1.
Saw a lot of bunting in Denver with this Rockies team. I'm all for getting greedy, but 2 for 2, you got a bomb in the back pocket. Now you put yourself down 0-2 by not getting the bunt down. I'm not sure if people at home can tell, but I'm not a big fan of the bunt.
Really?
Yeah, barely noticed, right?
Beck is only 2 for 20 this year against right-hand pitching, and he's down to the count here 0-2. Steven Okert is loosening up in the Astros pen. Doesn't get a chase there, and it's 1-2.
Good try. Why not? You had the 0-2 count. See if you can't get him to fish off the outside corner by doubling up on that sweeper. Now you've got some options.
Steven Okert and Brian King are probably going to be pretty busy in this series with all the lefties the Rockies have in their lineup. These are the only 2 lefty options the Astros have. We saw our first start by a lefty for Houston today, and that was Colton Gordon. He went 3 2/3 innings. After getting ahead 0-2, it's now a full count.
Selfishly, I would have liked that fastball and that 1-2 count just inside. Just kind of stand him up, back him off that outside edge. Maybe even get the swing and tie him up. And then in the 2-2 count, go to that sweeper.
Three of the last 4 outings for A.J. Bluebaugh have not been clean outings after he had a string of 21 straight scoreless to end last season. Trying to get through the 5th, and he gets a foul ball here on this 3-2 pitch.
He's got good velocity. Last pitch at 97.5. That allows you to make a little bit of a mistake down the middle like that one and have it fouled off because you've got the velo.
On the ground, Paredes on 2 big hops. And that'll do it for the Rockies in the 5th. They do get a run back, though, on a Hunter Goodman home run, his second of the game. It's now a 7-5 Astros lead.
West, they've been putting a pretty good record on with 30 wins apiece.
Kind of crazy, 30-11, despite being swept by Colorado last week. They have dominated the Rockies since moving to the American League. Christian Walker will lead things off. Walker has a couple of RBIs today, one on a shot onto the train tracks in left field, the other on a RBI fielder's choice when Yordan Alvarez crossed the plate ahead of a throw. Astros trying to solve Antonio Senzatella. They couldn't do so against Senzatella in Denver. And he has come out tonight out of the bullpen and retired all 4 batters he has faced. In Denver, he retired all 8 batters he faced, and picking up his first major league save. Senzatella, a guy who was on Team Venezuela, did not pitch for Omar Lopez, but part of the gold medal winning team in the WBC, now with a count of 1-2. It'll be Walker, Cam Smith, and Joey Loperfido to bat here in the 5th inning. That ball smoked up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Christian Walker. Well, Walker on base for the 3rd time. He's 2 for 3 with a fielder's choice.
Staying with the fastball against Christian. Did a good job fouling off the previous pitch up top and got a better fastball to hit right here and took advantage of it. Great swing from Christian. 112 off the bat. Woo.
That is only the 3rd hit allowed this year by Senzatella in 10 1/3 innings. Here's Cam Smith. Cam off the end of the bat sends one to left field. It actually fooled Jake McCarthy, who has to come in now as he was heading towards the wall. And Cam flies out for the first out.
Just enough cut on that fastball to get it off the end of the bat.
Actually, Senzatella did get in 1 game for Omar. He pitched an inning against the DR on March the 11th. Here's Loperfido taking a called strike, 0-1. But so far, Senzatella, after coming back from the WBC, has not allowed a run this year. A guy who's been a long-time starter, now working out of the bullpen, and he has been scoreless over 10 2/3. This one down and in. Joey has reached on a double, and he also reached on an error. They're going to review that ball that Joey reached on an error, because that was a tough play.
That was a tough play.
Misses the top of the zone, 2-1.
Kind of an in-between hop on a looping line drive, and Willie Castro kind of looked like he played it into a hit. So why not give it to him?
You can play a ball into a hit?
Oh, man. I've got a good story on that.
There's a strike on the inner half.
I'm in the minor leagues, you know, working my way up, and I run. I don't know if I should say the guy's name, but it was a Latin infielder.
Maybe not. Maybe
And
that's it.
yeah, and I'm playing shortstop. He's playing second base.
Into left field, pretty well tagged. Back goes McCarthy, and he makes a jumping catch in front of the wall for the 2nd out. Walker gets back to first.
Thought Joey had enough to get it off that wall out there and left. But I'm a young infielder learning how to play in the minor leagues, and I don't know about protecting my numbers. I'm out there trying to make plays for my pitcher. That's what I do. I'm like, I got to make the play. And I start racking up error after error. I'm trying to get in front of these baseballs. I'm getting to them, and then I'm chucking them into next week. And this infielder who's been at that level maybe for 2-3 years now kind of pulls me off the side. And he goes, "Hey, do you really think you can make some of those plays?" I go, "Well, I think I can, so I'm trying to." He goes, "If you don't think you can, play it into a hit, man." I looked at him and I was like, "You want me to play that ball into a hit?" He goes, "Poppy, errors don't look good on your record. Give it to the pitcher."
Hence the term, play it into a hit.
Play it into a hit. Anything borderline, play it into a hit.
Bryce Matthews is going to get pinch hit for here, as Taylor Trammell will be the batter. Trammell will undoubtedly stay in the game and play in left field as he hits for Matthews, who was the starting left fielder tonight. Fouls that one off. It's 0-1. Play it into a hit.
Right now, there's a lot of pitchers at home in the Expos organization back in the mid-90s going, wait a minute.
What kind of lesson was that?
Fortunately, I didn't take it to heart
There
and
you
carry
go.
it with me the rest of my career.
Trammell down in the count 0-2. Taylor's first at bat of his Astros season was as a pinch hitter. And he started 3 straight games in Seattle after that. And now he hits the ball hard in between short and third. That'll be down for a hit. Christian Walker is going to head first to third. Trammell has a pinch hit single. The Astros have runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Trammell's done a good job going the other way. Kind of taking what the pitcher's giving to him. That was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer edge, or maybe off the outside edge, that he just gets on top of and rakes the other way. Can we talk a little bit about Christian Walker? This is Bagwell-esque. Not one of the speedier guys on the team, but he knows when to pick his spots, and he takes a nice route. Thought about sliding into third, but didn't have to.
Way to go, Christian, going first to third on that base hit to left field. And now Christian Vasquez, a little tapper foul. Vasquez is 2 for 2 today with a double, a run scored, and an RBI single his last time up.
Do you think on the Rockies broadcast they're going, man, we just can't get that 9-hole hitter out?
Vasquez with runners in scoring position this year is 3 for 8 and has 7 of his 9 RBIs with runners in scoring position as he fouls this one away. Now he's looking for a 2-out RBI, but he's down to the count 0-2 to Sensatella. Vasquez has never faced this Rockies right-hander before. You know, Walker started the inning with a hit. I hadn't even noticed. He's now 16 for 31 against Sensatella.
Are you kidding me?
16 for 31.
Man,
That's the guy he has more hits against than anybody in all of baseball.
hanging in his locker. Wow.
I had that note when Kyle Freeland started the other day because he had great numbers against Freeland, and the only guy he had better numbers against was Sensatella.
So the Rockies were pretty happy when the schedule came out. They saw they were going to play the Astros 6 times in 10 days with Christian Walker at first.
Well, they were happy when Walker left the
They were
Diamondbacks.
like, we got rid of him, boys.
Yeah, but now they're seeing him a bunch. Steven Okert has continued to warm up, which would lend you to think he's coming in next inning as Vasquez pops this foul out of play. Trying to hold up, goes too far. Sensatella keeps his perfect mark going on the season as he shuts down the Astros tonight in 2 1/3 innings. It's still 7-5.
Got a family, and the Ford F-150 just fits.
Spotlight falls on Cam Smith. You know, he looked good on that road trip. He was hitting .324, showing some maturity with the bat. But then there's the highlight reel with the glove. He made some great plays in outfields that were some of the toughest in the league to play. He also showed off the arm. I was going to say, what does that highlight pop up? It's just, he was doing it all, and this is a guy that puts in so much work. He's always very, very prepared. They knew that about him. He's coachable. We've heard that a lot about him as well, but he's playing with a different level of confidence according to coaches, and we can see that by just watching Blummer.
No, you really can, and he's had to adjust to the longer MLB season, so this year could be a little bit different with the talent level he has. As you see, Steven Okert is now the pitcher of record after this first pitch. Coming in here to keep some of those left-handed hitters on the bench, but face the toughest part of the order for the Rockies here at the bottom. 7 games of 4.91 ERA and that whip under 1.
Kyle Karros is 2 for 2 tonight as he golfs one towards Isaac Paredes, but Paredes will stay with it. I thought Correa was going to take charge for a second, but Isaac stays with it for the first out. Oh, 2 pitches and 1 out for Okert as he takes over after A.J. Blueball gave the Astros an inning and a third. There you see the defensive changes. Taylor Trammell is going to play center as he came on as a pinch hitter for Bryce Matthews, and Joey Loperfido moves from center to left. Taylor was a starting center fielder for the last 3 games on that road trip. Jake McCarthy showing bunt against the lefty Okert and misses it. It's 0-1. McCarthy 2 for 2 against Colton Gordon today. Has 2 at bats against the lefty tonight and had 1 in the Rockies' first 16 games. Now he's getting a 3rd at bat against a different lefty. And Okert has come out throwing strikes, getting ahead 0-2. I imagine we'll see Okert at least twice during this series. Coming into tonight, Okert had appeared in 7 games. No Astro pitcher has appeared in more. Brian Abreu's also appeared in 7 games. And Steven makes quick work of Jake McCarthy getting his first strikeout, 2 away in the inning.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Astros, the official source for your Houston Astros gear.
Now, top of the order, Tyler Freeman will bat. Freeman was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 delivery from Colton Gordon. That was the last batter Colton would face. Final line on Gordon today in his first major league start of the season. 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, no walks. He did hit Freeman, and he struck out 5 all right-handed hitters while he was in there. 2 home runs allowed. Colton threw 68 pitches and 50 of them were strikes. Now a 2-0 count on Freeman. That's going to be a challenge by Freeman on the 2-0 pitch called a strike. And it's going to be a good challenge.
Pitch is a ball.
That was a slider that was trying to get back to that outside corner, but just kind of stayed out there.
And that's a 4-pitch walk. So Okert, who had thrown just 1 pitch off the plate to the first 2 batters, misses on 4 straight to Freeman. Maybe a mini pitch around because he's got a lefty on lefty matchup now, Mickey Moniak. But Moniak's been a tough hitter for the Rockies this year. Moniak popped up against A.J. Blueball. Came on as a pinch hitter once Blueball was announced. And that's wide for a ball, 1-0. That's 5 in a row missed by Okert. Highway Tang is warming up in the Astros bullpen. There's the righty Tang. Rockies out hitting the Astros 9-8. Astros lead the game 7-5. Okert looking for the final out of the 6th inning. And he gets ahead of Moniak 1-2. Mickey checks his bat. He may have chipped the top part of his bat.
Yeah, those cupped bats if you get too far out in front, the baseball will actually just rip the end of it off. Wow. Just making popcorn at the end of the bat. Usually leaves a pretty good happy face on the baseball too, tearing the leather.
Oh yeah,
cup, yeah.
You rip the horsehide off the baseball, huh? So now 1-2 pitch coming to Moniak. And he hits it high in the air to right field, playable for Cam Smith. And Cam will put it away. 1 walk, 1 left on in the top of the 6th. Astros still lead 7-5. By Houston Methodist as we take you to the all-time hit leaders at home since 2011. And Jose Altuve pacing the way. Freddie Freeman with 1,086, and all those guys with over 1,000 hits in their career at home as Altuve punches one into shallow center field. Back goes Willie Castro, and he'll put this one away. Altuve has been very aggressive tonight as he pops up the first pitch for out number 1. And you see quite a grouping of those 5 hitters.
How about Arenado, over 301 at home?
Yeah.
Batting average.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Jordan has a 2 RBI double tonight in 3 at-bats. And he takes a called strike here. It's 0-1. Antonio Senzatella still out there for the Rockies. He is finding a new home as the long man in their bullpen. He has now gone 11 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball for Colorado. Or 5 different appearances, today being his 5th. He's the only big leaguer out of the pen with at least 9 innings and no runs allowed as he misses down to Jordan. It's 1-2. Kai Teng continues to warm up. Okert may have been in there just for the 1 inning tonight. That one's wide, 2-2. Jordan down on strikes as he misses the cutter. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning, the 3rd strikeout for Senzatella.
Let's play some Astros trivia powered by Reliant. Who are the 2 players that share the Astros single game RBI record of 8? Pretty good game, driving in 8, but 2 Astros have done that. Who are they? Astros trivia powered by Reliant.
Three innings of work out of the pen is the longest outing of the season for Senzatella as he faces Isaac Paredes, who's 0 for 2 with the walk. That one's wide, 2-0. Senzatella relieving Michael Lorenzen, who went 2 2/3 innings. Now with 3 innings under his belt and 3 strikeouts tonight, he has struck out exactly 3 hitters in every one of his previous 4 outings. Whether it's been an inning and 2/3 or tonight, his longest outing at 3 innings.
Model of consistency.
And no runs every time.
That's what you like.
He's 3-1 on Isaac here. And Isaac goes after the fastball and misses. 98.
Man, he reached back and challenged him. Try it again.
Senzatella with 2 outs and nobody on. Goes up a pop-up to Isaac into left field. Jake McCarthy will put it away. Another shutout inning for Senzatella out of the Rockies pen. We're going to head to the 7th in a 7-5 game. Rotation about to be displayed. We ask you of the Astros starting pitching depth, which pitcher are you most confident in stepping in and excelling? And it is Spencer Arrighetti, the local guy, with 64% of the vote. Thanks to everybody who voted tonight. We will see Spencer either tomorrow or the next day getting his first big league start of the year. We'll find out from Joe Espada after the game. Here's the new pitcher for Houston.
Kai-Wei Tang into this game to make his 7th appearance. He's thrown an 8 1/3. His whip is also under 1. 9 strikeouts in 8 1/3.
He's going to face a dangerous hitter in Hunter Goodman, who's done some damage tonight. Hunter already with a 2-home run game. Hit a home run against Colton Gordon in the 1st inning and hit one against A.J. Blueball in the 5th. In between, he struck out against Gordon. And fouls this one back, and just to our left, it's 1-1. So Tang is the 4th pitcher of the game. Gordon went in 3 2/3 innings, an inning and a third for A.J. Blueball, and Stephen Okert had the 6th inning. You would think beyond Kai-Wei Tang, it's going to be some combination of the Bryans. Abreu and King. We saw Brian Abreu work a lower leverage outing in his last appearance.
I think A. Bryan just took off his jacket out in the bullpen.
And it's the guy who normally pitches the 8th inning, and that is Brian King. A ball skied in the air. Vasquez giving it a look, and he is going to run out of room.
Here's a free swing right now from Hunter Goodman. He is comfortable. Get a sweeper right here from Tang. Not chasing.
Got him the second time.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Kai-Wei Tang picking up his first strikeout, getting Goodman for the first out of the 7th.
Got this one down a little bit closer to the zone and got the chase. That was a very good sweeper. Good adjustment by Tang.
Oh, Willie Castro, the batter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Castro had a huge series against the Astros in Denver. Had 3 hits in game 2 and had 2 hits and a walk in game 1. Wasn't in the lineup in the 3rd game. So far on this trip, though, between San Diego and Astro, just 1 for 13 as he's down in the count here, 0-2. First time Kai-Wei has faced this switch hitter, Willie Castro. On the ground foul. One thing that Kai-Wei Tang has done a nice job of that not a lot of Astros pitchers can say the same in 2026 is he has, for the most part, thrown strikes.
Now, being able to locate that fastball really helps him get that sweeper swing and miss. A good change up there.
Back-to-back Ks for Kai-Wei. There's 2 away in the inning.
He's got an out pitch to righties. Now he's showing the out pitch to lefties. A big-time chase on that one.
Now going after T.J. Rumfield. Rumfield slices one towards the crowd and right off the netting there. It's 0-1. 7th appearance for Kai Wade so far in 9 full innings. He's only walked 2. Only has 1 walk in his last 5 outings plus this one. Ground ball towards short. Correa will go down to a knee and make a strong throw for the final out of the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Kai Wade Tang. 7th inning stretch time here in Houston. It's time for the 7th inning stretch presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
Champion is presented by Champion Energy, and champions find ways to win. That ball ricocheting off Jose Altuve, but Carlos Correa sprinting over to be able to pick it up and throw a dart to home plate to cut down a runner at home plate. That is how you go about winning championships. Good pitching, great defense, and timely hitting. And that's exactly what Carlos Correa has done in that blue and orange over his career. Great play.
Correa takes a first pitch strike from the Rockies' new pitcher, Juan Mejia.
Sends Atella out of the game. Maybe the Astros have a little bit of hope with Mejia. 6.14 ERA. Be a little wild. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts as Carlos sneaks that one over Karos's head into left field for a knock.
Correa with a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. Astros trying to add to this 7-5 lead. Good start to the inning.
It was a good start. Sweeper catches a lot of the plate. Carlos takes advantage.
Christian Walker. Christian got the Astros on the board with a home run in the 2nd inning up on the train tracks. Then he added a single his last time up. He's 2 for 3. He's also scored a couple of runs and driven into. Christian continues to put up really good numbers at home this year. Not too shabby all the way around, but his home numbers especially have been strong. He's up to a 967 OPS on the year as he misses the fastball. It's 1-1. But he also picked up a save like Antonio Senzatella in that series in Denver. He got a save for his 2nd of his career in the first game of that series. Christian's going to challenge this one on the 1-1 call. It's either going to be 2-1 or 1-2. Rob Drake called it a strike. And Christian's going to win. Astros getting a little better on the challenges the last few games.
Build some confidence, and you would imagine the more you're using it, the more you're seeing it. You hope that the accuracy would be a little bit better and benefit the Astros potentially.
That one's going to be down for a hit into center field. Correa's thinking about going first to third, but he holds up. That'll put 2 runners on for the Astros with nobody out.
Just touch it. Christian loves seeing purple. Timing is in a good place. Balance is in a great spot. The hands look ready. Big opportunity for Cam to try and add on right here.
See what Cam's done this year with runners in scoring position. Cam last year in a game in Denver on July 3rd hit a triple against Juan Mejia. It was one of his 3 triples in his rookie season. Hit it on a slider. As he grounds this one towards second, Castro will flip it to short for 1, and they turn 2 on the speedy Cam Smith. On the play, Correa moves to third.
They need some 2-out lightning.
Joey Loperfido still haven't changed the scoring on that one play, so he is 1 for 3 on the night. Runner on third and 2 outs. Lone Leishman out there to have a word with Mejia. He is the pitching coach for the Rockies.
There's a pretty good turn up the middle.
Cam
Castro and Ezekiel Tovar. I don't know if you were watching Cam, but he was moving pretty good. 30.3 feet per second. They had to turn that double play in 4.47 seconds.
Yeah, the fact that it took Castro towards the bag a little made it.
Yeah, just a nice easy flip instead of having to make that throw, but that's still pretty impressive.
That was a good turn. Zach Agnos warming up in the Rockies pen. Astros have been sitting on 7 runs since the 3rd inning when they scored 6 in the 3rd against the starter Michael Lorenzen. Antonio Senzatella 3 1/3 shutout innings, but now trying to get a run against Mejia. Runner on 3rd and 2 outs. And Joey fouls the first pitch off 0-1. Brian King, who had been warming up, or at least looked like he was starting to warm up last inning, now has the sweatshirt on, so he will not be pitching the next inning. It looks like they're going to give Kai-Wei Teng a 2nd inning of work. So the Astros have the bullpen quiet right now. Then if Kai-Wei is able to get through the 8th, then you wonder which Brian would pitch the 9th.
Yeah, start playing matchups after that. Who knows?
There's a strike on the inner half. It's 2-2. Astros up to 10 hits with Christian Walker's 3rd hit of the night. Loperfido has 1 of those hits, a double in the left center field in the 2nd inning. Called third on the outside corner to end the inning for the Astros. A couple of hits to start the inning, but a double play and a strikeout end it. We head to the 8th, still 7-5.
Make sure you tune in, especially in the next couple of games. It could be interesting. Spencer Arrighetti could be starting either tomorrow or Thursday. But if the Astros offense continues to play like this, they're a lot of fun to watch in person and at home.
Ezekiel Tovar is the first hitter of the 8th inning. Kai-Wei Teng in his 2nd inning of work. He has 3 righties due up. And with the inning starting, Brian King begins to start loosening up again. If the Rockies bring a lefty on the bench, or if we get to the Jake McCarthy spot in the lineup, that could be where King is called on. Well, Kai-Wei might have 3 batters depending on how the Rockies manager Warren Schaefer plays it with his pinch hitting options. He's already used Mickey Moniak. Still has Troy Johnson and Edward Julian on his bench, along with the backup catcher Brett Sullivan, all left-handed hitters. Tovar has shown some patience here in this at bat. He's got to a 2-2 count. He has struck out twice and grounded out. And he takes another close one. It's 3-2.
Tovar's not in swing mode in this inning. Was in a couple previous at bats.
Can he do it again, though? Sometimes that 2-2 pitch you'll take to get the 3-2, and then that 3-2 pitch.
It's like me at the cookie jar, just fighting the urge.
Well, he got a strike, and he fouled it.
No, he wants to swing.
Kai-Wei with a couple of strikeouts in his first inning. Also got a ground out, faced 3 batters and retired 3 batters. Kai-Wei has seen his share of Rockies hitters in his time with the Giants. That one's wide. Tovar draws a rare walk, just his second walk of the year. 65 at bats in, gets his second walk. So now the Rockies will bring the tying run to the plate. It'll be Jordan Beck.
Oh boy. Hundo.
Not the Hundo we want.
Nope.
Only 3 walks tonight for Astros pitching. Only the 3rd walk allowed by Tang this season. Astros only walked 1 in the game yesterday, so they were sitting at 96 2 games ago. Here's Jordan Beck with a single and a home run. He's also grounded out. Beck is 1 for 3 against Kai-Wei Tang. All those at bats coming when Kai-Wei started a game September 1st of last year. A little looper, and Cam Smith will run out of time as he gets there a little late. He was flying.
He's not afraid to introduce himself to some fans down that right field line, huh? He just goes all out. Tough to stop that speed. Getting up close and personal.
I mean, you got to love the hustle, but that never looked like a shot that he could catch it, but he still was going all out.
I don't think there's ever a thought in his head that he can't catch anything.
This one into shallow right. Cam coming in. We'll put it away for the first out.
Time now to answer our trivia question, powered by Reliant. We asked you, who are the 2 players that share the Astros single 8-game RBI record of 8? Who are those Astros? J.R. Tolles in 07. And then Yuli did it in 2019 versus the Colorado Rockies.
Kyle Karros takes a pitch off the plate for a ball. 8 stakes in 1 game. That's pretty strong.
That is strong, quite strong.
Here's the strike. It's 1-1. I haven't heard anything about Yuli lately. I don't know if he's at that point of not officially announcing his retirement or if he's playing anywhere. I haven't seen his name pop up anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
1-1 pitch is no swing, says the first base umpire Stu Sherwater. It's 2-1. Next hitter is a lefty, so this might be the last batter for Kai-Wei Tang as Brian King has warmed up and is ready to come into the game. That ball's down the line, but foul. And it's 2-2 on Kyle Karros. Astros opening up a 6-game homestand today, trying to continue their home winning streak, which stood at 5 before tonight, and also trying to end their overall 8-game losing streak. Longest losing streak since the end of the 2013 season. It has been a battle tonight. A lot of runs early. Rockies getting single runs in the 4th and the 5th. No chase from Karros here, and all of a sudden it's a full count to Kyle Karros, who's been on base twice with base hits. He's 2 for 3.
Yeah, make it a good one right here. Oh, did you see that? Vasquez dropped his glove and the pickoff went to first.
There you go. There goes the runner, and the pitch is a ball. That's going to be a walk. The Astros are going to challenge, and this could be a strikeout and potential throwout, although they could place the runner back at first. But we're going to get a challenge on this 3-2 pitch called ball 4.
That was close.
It's a big challenge. It's either going to be the second out of the inning and they may place the runner back at first.
Ooh.
Or it is ball 4. So first and second, the tying runs are on base now. So Tang, who would only walk 2 all season long, walks 2 today in his second inning of work. And we're going to get a pitching change with the lefty due up. It is going to be Brian King coming in from out of the bullpen. 7-5 game, 2 runners on. King will be on in the 8th.
Well, here we are back at Dyken Park. Top of the 8th inning, 1 out, 2 runners on at first and second. Left-hander Brian King is going to come into this game. 6 previous appearances. He's looked very good with a 1.35 ERA, 9 strikeouts and 6 2/3. Did not pitch in that series in Colorado, but he's going to face a pinch hitter in Troy Johnston.
So we have a pinch hitter and a pinch runner entering the game for the Rockies, as Edward Julian has come in as a pinch runner. There you see Johnston on the year, only 6 at bats against lefties. He's 1 for 6. He didn't start against the lefty Colton Gordon, and in his career is hitting 143 against lefties in his time with the Marlins primarily. He's got a 1-1 count here. McCarthy went 2 for 3 today against a couple of lefties, Colton Gordon and Steven Okert. That ball up the middle for a base hit. Around third comes Ezekiel Tovar. He's going to score. It's now a 1-run game as Troy Johnston comes off the bench for an RBI single. The Rockies have fought back to a 7-6 game.
Well, pitch hitting a left-handed hitter for a left-handed hitter actually worked out. As Johnson got out there, covered the plate, got that base hit up the middle. They were playing him to pull on the infield, so wide open up the middle.
So now Edward Julian, the pinch runner, is the tying run at second base with 1 out. Tyler Freeman, the batter.
Doesn't matter who hits in the 9-hole.
3 more hits for the 9-hitter today. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Kaiwei Tang walked a couple in this inning. He is charged with 1 run. He's responsible for the runner on second. Got in on him. It's 1-2. Foul tip caught by Christian Vasquez. That's a big strikeout for Brian King and the Astros for the second out.
Huge strikeout. Great job forcing fastball up top. Aggressive hitter. Vasquez holds on.
Now Mickey Moniak, who didn't start the game, but in his 3rd plate appearance, he's popped up to Correa. He's flied out to Cam Smith. He hits here with 2 on and 2 outs. Moniak leads his team in runs batted in on the season, but he doesn't see many at bats against lefty pitching. He is 0 for 5 on the year and has struck out in 3 of those 5 at bats. He's got a 2-0 count here.
Good try.
Now Moniak with a 3-0 count, and Hunter Goodman is on deck. This is not the guy you want to walk lefty on lefty to get to Goodman. As good as Mickey has been. That's a strike, 3-1. Here's Goodman with 2 home runs in the game. That's going to be a challenge by Moniak. Moniak feels like that 3-1 pitch was off the plate for ball 4. Astros have lost one of their challenges, and now the Rockies will lose one of their challenges. That's a big strike to get to 3-2.
We fought back into it, might as well win it.
Julian will be off second. Johnson will be off first. 2 outs in a 1-run game in the 8th. And a pop-up, playable. Isak Paredes in foul territory, still coming, has time, and puts it away. King will strand 2 here in the 8th. Astros still lead 7-6.
The game, the Astros got down early 3-0, but the bats would answer pretty quickly. Christian Walker put this one on the train tracks. Look at that one go. Woke this place up to 3-1. They were trailing still until Yordan Alvarez smoked a double. Had runners on there too, and so that tied the game up at 3, resetting things in this game in the 3rd. 2 guys who picked up where they left off at Dyke Park.
Good to see. Continuing on here at home, the Astros looking for an insurance run here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, facing a new pitcher, Zach Agnos.
7.5 ERA. Agnos' whip is up over 2. Had a couple of outings against the Astros. He actually picked up a 3. You can see 8 1/3, 7 punch, 5 walks.
Taylor Trammell gets his second at bat of the night. He came on as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning and singled into left field. Taylor takes one down for a ball, 1-1. It'll be Trammell and then Christian Vasquez back to the top of the order for Jose Altuve here in the 8th. Rockies going to their 4th pitcher of the game. Astros have used 5 pitchers to this point. And if this was any time in the first week or 2 of the season, it would probably go to a 6th pitcher in Brian Abreu with a 1-run game in the 9th. But as of right now, Blummer, the bullpen is quiet.
That's kind of interesting. You got a big bat leading off next inning for the Rockies in Hunter Goodman, right-handed hitter, and then you have switch hitter Willie Castro and left-handed hitter TJ Rumfield.
It has been a nightmare season for Abreu at the back end of the bullpen for the Astros as Trammell will vacate home plate on the strikeout. Agnos picks up a strikeout of the first batter he faces. Joe did bring in Brian Abreu in a game in Seattle when the Astros were down just to get him some work. That was in a 6-1 game, and Abreu did get through that 8th inning in Seattle clean on Sunday, but he had to throw 27 pitches. Gave up a hit and a walk in that inning. That was his first clean inning of the season. So it appears that Brian King is going to stay in there and go for a 5-out save. Good catch by that Team Venezuela fan.
Future Team Venezuela player with that catch.
You got shielded too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got shielded. You got to deal with the net. Stayed with it.
Vasquez down in the count, 0-2. Christian, a 2 for 3 night, scoring a run and driving in a run. Continues to have a good start to his offensive season. Limited playing time, but he has 1,061 OPS. Astros are 3-2 in the 5 starts by Vasquez on the year, trying to improve to 4-2 tonight. Swing and a miss. Agnos plays in that fastball by Vasquez. 2 quick outs on strikeouts, 2 away here in the 8th. Oh, Jose Altuve will bat for a 5th time. Jose looking for his first hit. Reached on an error and scored a run in the 3rd inning. He struck out a couple of times and popped up 0 for 4. Jose has been very aggressive early in counts today as they will meet here about The Altuve at bat. Looking ahead to the Rockies in the ninth, they do have Hunter Goodman, as Blummer mentioned, leading off. And they have switch hitter Willie Castro and a lefty TJ Rumfield. So at least the first two hitters against King will hit right-handed. Beyond Rumfield, it's another righty, Ezekiel Tovar. And then another righty, Jordan Beck. Troy Johnson, who pinch hit last inning, stayed in the game. So did Edward Julian, who pinch ran. Altuve stays aggressive, a little tapper to the mound, and Altuve will be thrown out for the final out of the inning. Agnos comes in and has a 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts. On to the ninth. Astros holding on to a 1-run lead. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Michelob Ultra Zero. Make a plan to get home safe. A reminder from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors, Houston. Tuesday night baseball in downtown Houston. Astros holding on to a 1-run lead. Rockies have their all-star catcher Hunter Goodman at the plate, already with 2 home runs today. The Astros do start the inning with a right-hander warming up. It is Enyel De Los Santos. As Brian King will look for a 5-out save here, facing Goodman, Willie Castro, and TJ Rumfield. And Hunter gets down to the count here, 0-2. So it appears that the next outing for Brian Abreu will not be a high leverage outing, similar to what we saw in Seattle. Brian King does have 3 saves in his career, including 1 this season. That just missed in. It's 1-2. King allowed a single to the first batter he faced, but then got the next 2 hitters in the last inning.
Give Brian King credit. Got enough velocity, but he's able to entice some of these hitters to chase fastballs in off the inside corner.
Almost clipped the foot of Goodman. It's 2-2. Got him. Big out for King, getting Hunter Goodman, striking out for the 3rd time tonight. 1 away in the 9th.
Nice little sweeper right there. That one breaking well off the inside corner.
Now Willie Castro, the batter. He foul tips the first offering from King. It's 0-1. Castro shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It's 1-1. That's popped up on the infield. Carlos Correa drifts towards the middle of the diamond. And that is out number 2.
King just going out there making pitches. And again, staying to that inside edge. He's got a good feel for that. It really starts on that first base side of the pitching rubber and then just comes across.
Now facing the rookie first baseman TJ Rumfield with 2 outs and nobody on. And Brian King getting ahead 0-2. Crowd at 29,536 on a Dollar Dog night on a Tuesday evening here in Houston. A lot of them are going to get to their feet here looking to snap this 8-game losing streak. The Astros within a strike. And Rumfield keeps the game going with an 0-2 base hit into center field. Well, the Rockies have the tying run on base in the ninth on an 0-2 single.
That was not a terrible slider from Brian King. It was on that down and away corner. You just got to give credit to JT for going out there and getting it. Maybe in a perfect world, you try and throw that a little bit further off the outside corner when you're that far ahead in the count.
Going to get a pinch runner here for Rumfield. The Rockies will use their entire bench tonight, as they'll go to Brett Sullivan, the backup catcher, who will run here as the tying run in the ninth. So now Ezequiel Tovar bats. Tovar 0 for 3 with a rare walk his last time up and scored a run. First pitch strike. Tovar takes it.
It's got to be a little bit of deception with Brian King that we can't see from here.
Again, the Rockies down to their final strike at 0-2. Only time they faced each other was last year here at Dyken Park, and King struck out Tovar on a fastball away. It's a fastball away, sent to right field. Cam can't make the play, keeps the ball nearby, and that's going to prevent a run from scoring. Getting to third is Sullivan. Back-to-back 0-2 hits, this one by Tovar. And now the Rockies have the tying run 90 feet away. If that ball got past Cam, it would have been a tie game.
Yeah, that would have been disastrous. Fortunately, kept it in the vicinity. Tried to make a miraculous play to finish this off. Just a little bit short. Fortunately, it checked up.
Right.
Two-strike pitch. It caught a lot of the plate, too.
With a free swinger in Tovar.
Yeah.
King has reached his highest pitch count of the season at 28. He'll be lifted here, and Enyel De Los Santos will be called in to try and pick up the save when we come back.
Well, here we are. All the drama you need on the first night back from a long road trip. In the top of the ninth, a couple of outs. Tying run at third base, and Enyel De Los Santos is in here to try and finish this game off for the Astros. Last save was back in 2024.
First pitch to Jordan Beck, misses wide for ball one. Brett Sullivan, the runner on third base. Ezequiel Tovar, the runner on first base. 2 outs in the ninth. Big swing, no contact, 1-1. Nothing coming easy for the Astros in trying to snap this 8-game losing streak. They led 7-3 at one point. Single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 8th. The Rockies threatening down to their last strike a couple of times here in the ninth. Once again, the Astros 1 strike away.
A couple of good sliders. Got a pitch or two to work with if you want to try and set up Beck. But if he's feeling comfortable with that slider and getting good release and good shape out of it, he may go back to it. Didn't get the chase.
Called third strike, ball game over. Beck reacted, and once he reacted, it took him too much time to challenge. Rob Drake says you can't challenge now. Game over. Astros 8-game losing streak over. They continue their winning streak at home with 6 in a row. Blummer, that one didn't come very easily.
No, it felt like it took all 26 guys, but that last pitch caught a lot of the plate. You can challenge all you want. That was going to end up being a strikeout. Credit De Los Santos for getting away from the slider and just go ahead and saying, I'm going to challenge him with the fastball, and he gets it. Streak over.
The Astros win for the first time since a week ago Saturday. They have won their last 6 here at Daikin Park as they win today and hold on by the final score of 7-6. A lot to digest on the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic are your hosts. Julian Morales getting interviews both in the winning clubhouse and on the field as well. Astros postgame show is next.
Texas was a